My maternal grandfather's name was Stepan Badushin. My maternal grandmother's name was Nazli Badushin. And Stepan came to this country to avoid the genocide of the Armenians by the Turks. And he got here in the early 20s. They couldn't afford to bring my grandmother. They'd lost 3 children in that genocide. So he left her in Beirut. And she was there for 12 years until she made her way to Paris, got on a boat and came to this country. During that 12 years, he was here making money, had a little store on Harrison Street, lived on Harrison Street, and built a business for himself. And when she got here, they had 4 kids in this country and started all over. It comes to my mind that, you know, Stepan knew what it was to live amongst people and not away from people. And so he felt comfortable living in a neighborhood like the Fan District in Richmond, Virginia, because it was still and is today a compact neighborhood and a neighborhood full of different individuals and different personalities. So he didn't know much English. And one of the phrases he learned was, "You absolutely right." And that fixed everything. So he used to make the hot dogs and sell the gum and sell a pack of cigarettes, or a single cigarette at that time. And if somebody started talking to him, "You're absolutely right." Wipe the counter and say, "You absolutely right, you absolutely right." But he knew that Richmond had a lot to offer, especially in this area in the Fan District. And so he met this guy named J.D. Carneal, who was a real estate broker. And they used to travel around Richmond and look at real estate. And Grandpa started buying real estate up. And they didn't have much, but everything they had, they put into this real estate that they were buying. And as he got older, my uncle jumped in, Sam Badushin, and he started working with them. And what they would do, and the model was to buy a piece of property, put a restaurant in it, sell the restaurant, keep the property, lease the property, and just keep building up and building up and building up. And it's 2014, and I use that model today. I worked here at what is now Kuba Kuba when it was Stewart Circle Pharmacy with my dad back in the day, 1979. My dad worked here and ran the Fountain when it was a drugstore. He ran the Fountain from 64 to 67. My great uncle ran the same Fountain from 57 to 64. He died of a stroke one night, and Dad came in the next morning and opened this place up. And then he left here and went down the street and opened up a place in 1967, ran that to 1971. We came back in here in 79 because things weren't so great for us financially, and worked every day behind that counter. And built the business back up and ran it for about 4 or 5 years. And it was 6 days a week. But it wouldn't work because of those same people my grandfather knew about. The characters of Richmond, the people that used to come in and talk about the events of the day and bitch and complain about politics. It was fun to learn how people think, and there's still a lot of great characters in this area, and I love Richmond.